Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a very Canadian video because I am Canadian and there's a lot going on for us right now. Canada Post has issued their 72-hour strike notice, so we're going to talk about that and what it can mean to our businesses. I also want to touch base on the Stallion Poshmark US situation that's happening November 25th and what that means for my Posh US closet. And Stallion also sent out an email within the last week, I think, about bringing your back into the country and needing an import number. So I'm going to talk about that as well. So just so you know, it is a very Canadian-based video today. If you're still interested, stick around. Okay, so first and foremost, Canada Post issued their 72-hour strike notice today, this morning. What does that mean? So that means that now that they have issued the notice, that as of Friday, they could possibly go on strike. That's what it means. They will still be in negotiations until that time, so we do have a chance that nothing will happen, that they'll settle and everything will be fine and dandy and there'll be no disruptions for us. It could mean that they do a strike, which probably will be a slow down rolling type of strike, because I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Canada Post is a crown corporation, and I don't believe that they are actually legally allowed to shut everything down all at one time. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So chances are if they do go on strike, it will be a rolling strike. So in very basic terms, that means that certain post offices in an area will be closed on a certain day, and then the next day it'll be another set of post offices, and then another, and then another. So that will slow things down. So for Posh Canada, they have already told us that if that is the case, if that is what happens, that they will be allowing more of a ship time. And what I mean by shipping time is the time it takes the seller to get the item to the post office. They're increasing that. And it used to be 7 days, and I think now they're giving us 10. So that's what I mean by ship time. Things will be slower getting to our customers once they're in Canada Post's hands as well, but customers are being made aware of that. So we will not be penalized if something doesn't update their tracking for 5 days, just so you know. So it's something that they're doing. For other businesses, yes, you could find a post office that is open. Maybe you increase your handling time, or maybe you find another way to ship without using Canada Post. Go to the cross-border shippers and see what other things they have available. I know Stallion has a whole bunch. There's Purelator, there's FedEx in the States, there's UPS, things like that. See if there's another way for you to ship. Have those things sort of researched beforehand to sort of have yourself a backup plan in case something happens. But again, you can increase your handling time as well, and that might help offset some of the slowdown that Canada Post may or may not do. I am hopeful that it will just be settled and everything will be done, and on Friday we'll just be back to business as usual, because honestly, I really need that. The stress of worrying about the Canada Post thing, worrying about the Stallion thing, worried about the Stallion thing, and everything else that's going on in the world is driving me insane. I am at the end of my rope. My motivation to do anything is like way down, and it's been really, really hard the last couple of weeks. So I'm hopeful that that'll just be done and over with by the end of the week, and we'll be good to go and move forward with our fourth quarter sales. Okay. I'm not expecting Posh Canada to be busy this week. I think people will wait to see what happens. So I'm very much expecting to have a really slow week for sales on Posh Canada. I'm going to still list. I'm listing like 5 to 7 to 10 a day, which is not ultimate, but ultimate? It's not the best, but at least it's something. Okay, moving on. Stallion and Posh US. As of November 25th, USPS is bringing in new policies that will be affecting cross-border third-party labels coming over into the States. That's the problem. It is not a Stallion problem. It is not a Posh US problem. So no matter what cross-border carrier you're using, you should be running into this problem as of November 25th. Just be aware of that. Stallion is saying that they are working with Posh US to see if there's some way that they can circumvent that. So we'll see what happens. There's been no word, as far as I know, about what's happening. And that's okay. It's only the 12th. We still have 13 days, so we'll see. What will happen? For me, I'm not panicking yet. About the 20th, 21st of November, if nothing has been announced, nothing has been moved forward, I will be putting my Posh US closet on vacation. Why am I only doing that? I'm not going to close my Posh US closet as of yet, or probably at all, for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't want to delist everything and have to put everything back, cross-list everything back on it if they come to some sort of solution 2 or 3 weeks after the fact. So I will give them a good 2 or 3 months before I delist everything. So I'm just going to put it on vacation. That way I don't sell anything, but I still have access to Posh US. If in a couple of months they don't come up with a solution and I decide to finish with Posh US, I will still keep my account open because I'm on YouTube and I want to know what's happening on Posh US, and having an account is one of the best ways to be informed. That's the only reason. Just saying. Hopefully they come up with some sort of solution or something happens. I don't know, because I'm in a position where I could very well take my own packages over the border because it is right there. It's just a pain in the butt to do so. It really is. It takes longer for me to do that because I have to go through commercial lines. I'd have to have a manifest, and we have lots of truck traffic, so it could possibly take 2, 3, 4 hours for me to do it. So right now, my sales on Posh US don't justify that time as it is right now, but we'll see. I'm keeping my options open. That's what I'm doing with Posh US and Stallion. So last week, Stallion did send out an email talking about returns, importing things from the States and returns coming into Canada. This is a Canada border thing. This is not a Stallion thing. So again, no matter what cross-border shipper you're using to bring things back from the States, you may be running into this issue. I have to say that because there's been a lot of people out there saying, oh, well, if Stallion's doing this, go use this one or go do this one. But please know that it is a Canada border thing. It is not the cross-border thing doing it. So what does it mean? They said they wanted our importer number. So if you wanted returns coming back, you needed an importing number. Okay, fine. For Paul and I, when we set up our sole proprietorships, because we each have a sole proprietorship at this moment in time, we got importing numbers. And we did that because I believe Chit Chat, who we were using, required us to have that for returns, for things coming back into the country. So we do have that. It's been years. It's been probably 5, 6 years since we've done that. So I don't remember the actual process. In general, we signed up, we did our sole proprietorship, might have been about $50 or so to register it. And then through that, we applied to get an importing number. I don't remember the actual process. If you want, I will research it again and I will talk about it if you want me to do so. It's not hard. It's very simple. It's just a bunch of forms to fill out. I do believe you have to have a business license first, and that's a sole proprietorship, a partnership, or whatever. A little bit different here in Canada than it is in the States, and it might even be different from province to province. So I can talk about my experience here in Ontario if you want me to. But you just have to provide them with an importing number and then you're good to go. So we've done that already. So we're fine for returns coming from the States back into Canada. So a couple things I want to talk about with this. Number one, if you don't want to go through the aggravation of setting up a sole proprietorship or a business license and getting an import number, you might want to take a look at how many returns you actually get. If you're not getting any returns, knock on wood, then you know what? Is it worth it? Do you just refund because on that rare occasion somebody says, hey, this is whatever? You could just refund it and not worry about getting it back. If you are getting a lot of returns, like you're getting hundreds and hundreds of dollars returned every month, every year, whatever it is, you might want to take a look at why you're getting them and fix that problem at the get-go, because you should not be getting a ton of returns. I understand if you are a volume seller and doing thousands and thousands and thousands of items every single month, every single year, your rate of return is going to be higher. That's just the law of math. That's just the way it is. So I understand that. So it might be worth your while to look into getting a business license and an importing license. But if you're not that big of a seller, if you only get one return every year, you deal with lesser price point items, and you might have to refund a couple and just take the loss, it might be better to do that. It's going to depend on your business model, so it's up to you. Anyway, that is all I have to say today. We are still working on the eBay the eBay video that I did promise you. It has been a crazy couple of weeks. There's been a lot going on, and my brain is, I'm trying to focus on getting my listing done. I'm trying to focus on my business. So everything else is sort of taking a back seat a little bit. So I am trying to get back into the flow, get back into, producing videos at least twice a week, because I really do want to do that. And it's just been busy. Excuse me, sorry. And with all the stuff, I'm stressed. I'm not sleeping well. I was up at 1 o'clock and I went back to bed at 4, and it's whatever. Anyway, we'll be fine. We're all going to be fine. I swear to goodness, we are all going to be fine. That is my motto right now. That is it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday, and fingers crossed that everything gets settled by the end of the week. I'll see you next time. Bye.